What is going on, everyone? Good morning. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing something that I have not done on my channel, which I don't even know how it's possible because we've been uploading for about 2 months now. But today we are be doing some Texas rig fishing. Believe it or not, we have not posted one single video about throwing either soft plastics or Texas rigs, but today that's going to change, and we have the perfect opportunity to. As like many of you guys across the country, we are getting hit with this killer heat wave right now, where Michigan's been almost 90 for about a week straight, and right now all these big fish are moved out deep. So today we're going to try and throw a Texas rig. We're going to throw some worms, some lizards, and maybe even a little jig or two across the bottom on these points, drop-offs, whatever we might find, and we're gonna try and catch some of these big fish. We have a perfectly calm morning right here, and I think it's time to catch some fish. We're about to drop the boat in the water, and I will see you guys when we get out there. Boom. All right, so we just pulled up on our first spot. We are going to be fishing. We're working our way up to this island right here, but to start we're going to be, there's a huge drop off. So we got about weeds 3 feet off the dock, and then another 3 feet right after these docks there is a nice hard rocky bottom. So we're going to be trying to bounce our bait right across the bottom. But speaking of bait, let me show you what we're going to throw. So open up this, go ahead and get this out of the way. We are going to be starting off with these culprit 7.5-inch worms in the watermelon red color. These guys are my absolute favorite worms, so if you guys are looking for a good quality ribbon tail worm, go ahead and pick yourself up some culprit worms. We also have this color right here in the electric blue we might try on later if the watermelon red is not going to get any bites. But that is what we're going to be starting with. And for the rig itself, we got ourselves a 4/0 worm hook with, I think this is a 1/4 ounce weight. We're going to be fishing 20 feet plus, so I kind of want a little bit of a heavier weight, make sure we're staying down there on the bottom. But that is what we're going to be starting off on. And for all you guys that are curious, I know a lot of people trash this brand, but I freaking love it. We got the Proficiency Crazy Combo. We have ourselves a 7.2 medium heavy rod with our 6.6 spool. So that is going to be what we're running today. And yeah, let's get on some freaking fish, guys. About freaking time, guys. Hooked up into a fish. Come on, get up here. There we freaking go. Look at that. Wow. This guy has a very oddly shaped mouth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but first fish of the day, finally. And it's not a nice one, but yeah, what the heck is wrong with this dude's mouth? But probably less than a pound, but it still feels really good to get that first fish in. Yes, so we are still working this little weed line right here, and I'm just casting probably 20 to 30 feet behind these docks and boats and really just popping it right like vertically, horizontally to the weed line, and hoping that a fish or two sees that bait and comes out from the weed line and smokes that. And sure enough, we managed to finally get our hands on one. Man, that feels good. Let's see how long it's been. It has been, we've been out here for 51 minutes and we just got our first fish. But I'm hoping that's just a sign of what's to come. Big and, oh, fudge. Well, guys, that is what we call a pike. Oh, it's so freaking annoying. that was a nice pike too. Broke us clean off. Got him off the bottom for probably 2 or 3 seconds and he just popped clean off. All right, well, time to re-rig. Well, that pike that just broke us off is sitting in about, right now we're in 22 feet of water, so we're casting up a little bit shallower, but there is a huge drop off where there's a big sandy point right there, and then it just gradually works its way down here where it's about 22, 23 feet. And that fish came, if I had to guess, somewhere in between 19 and 20-ish feet. It's basically the same depth, so at least we know they're down. We're targeting the right area of the water column, but that's sometimes, like I said, that stuff just happens, especially when you're going for bass. Can't really control it, and once those pike inhale your bait, you're done. Heck no. Wouldn't. On camera. Hooked up, guys. It's not even big, but I don't even care. It's not big, but I don't freaking care. This is our freaking second fish in what feels like forever. Oh my goodness. I've never been so happy to catch a 12-inch bass. Sorry, buddy. But yes, we finally are back on the board. After about an hour, we are finally catching a fish again. I went and switched up the bait color a little bit. We are now throwing the electric blue ribbon tail. You know, the watermelon, like I said, we went about an hour without even getting a nibble, so I figured try and switch up any way I can. But I went ahead and switched it up, and now we are going to throw the electric blue. But finally, we got fish number 2 in the boat. So fish on, guys. Just got back out here. We're hooked up already. Definitely the biggest one of the day so far. Oh yeah, he's fighting hard. Get up here. There we freaking go. These are the fish that we're after. Fish like this. Nice, probably pounder, but it feels so good to finally get back out. We just got back out for the second time today. Had to let the rain come through, but you know, we are back out this evening. We have a nice, beautiful evening. A little bit windy, but still, if we're gonna be catching fish like this, I can't complain. But send him back. But we are at the same spot where we initially started this morning, so not too much has changed for that part. Just the only thing is, hopefully the rain, we got a little bit of rain. It stormed from like noon to 3, 4-ish, but as you guys can see, it's gone away. So hopefully the fact that it did storm is gonna bring out these fish. We went back to the good old-fashioned ribbon tail worm. We're still throwing the 7.5 inch, at least until we get a few more fish in the boat, and then we can try and upgrade and look for some bigger fish. But like I was gonna say, we're still gonna fish this weed line right here. The sun's out now. Have a little bit of wind, but honestly, it might be an advantage to us. So hopefully we get a few more of those in the boat. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a great evening. Hooked up again, guys. Another number 2. Well, technically number 4, but number 2 for this evening. Gotta make sure we're not going into the weed. Get him up here. Not too bad of a fish, but they definitely seem to be more feisty and aggressive this back half of the day. We'll go ahead and drop him in the water, but that one came right behind this boat. Got some weed line right here. Just trying to pitch it right to the right of it, bouncing it right in the sand in front of them, and these bass are coming out and destroying it. Got him. Well, fish 3. That Johnny hit it right at the freaking boat. But you guys can see, crushed it. He wanted that thing bad. This bass came right off this rock wall. There's a rock wall with a bunch of tiny little pebbles, and then it kind of eases out more into sandy bottom right around where I am. So I was just reeling that up and he came up and smoked it. These bass are aggressive today, so I believe that's now 3 on the evening and 5 total. I could be wrong, but it is a lot windier than I expected it to be tonight. So that is kind of the one thing we are dealing with right now. The wind is pretty bad right now. Once we get around this point right here, it is going to pick up like a mother trucker. So, but my plan is to go right to the other side of the lake where it is a lot less windy, try and fish those calmer pockets, and then see if this wind dies down. But if not, we're gonna hit 1 or 2 spots that are in the wind that I think might hold some fish. Hooked up. Does not feel big, but we are finding the fish, guys. Definitely not big, but it's a lot better than what we were experiencing this morning. Whoop, come here, come here. Ah, that nasty gunk spit up, but about I don't know, 12 inches maybe. Well, but like I said, we switched to the other side of the lake where it is so much calmer. We have ourselves some beautiful shade. The sun is, believe it or not, is heating me up like crazy. So this shade feels amazing. And that fish came probably a couple feet off behind this boat. So the plan is just gonna keep working this bank like we did this morning. But this time, I have a better feeling about it. I think we are going to get our hands on a few more fish than this morning. Still gonna keep throwing this this watermelon worm. We probably got about 1 more fish left in it before it gets a little too beat up. But if we get 1 more fish, I think I'm gonna switch to a 9 or 10 inch worm. See if we can eliminate a little bit of these smaller fish and go for the big boys. All right, so we still got the same setup as last time. The only difference is this time we are running a 5/0 hook instead of a 4, because we're going to be throwing the 6 cents Busa ribbon tails. They are the, I believe they're 9.6 inches in the plum dawn color. I saw these and 6 cents is one of my absolute favorites, so had to pick them up and give them a try. So we are going to be throwing this big old worm and see if we can get a little bit of a size upgrade. Still going to rig it the same way. The 5/0 hook is only just to help increase with hookup ratios just a little bit. All right, and here is what we're rocking with. I'd say she looks pretty good. Now we just got to see if we can catch a fish on it. But the action on this thing is nice. But maybe could go a little bit bigger on the bullet weight, especially in this heavy water. But if it seems to be a problem, we'll switch it up. But until then, I think we're probably gonna rock with this. Got him. Freaking got him. Here we go. There we freaking go, guys. On the 9-inch worm. Look at how he ate that. This bass was starving for this worm. But Not as big as I thought they were gonna be, honestly. I'd say maybe 13, 14 inches, but still about a pound again. But there is our first fish on the Mondo worm. Just pitched it right up next to those reeds. It's pretty shallow up there, so must have came out from some sort of seaweed patch or something and smoked it. But feels good to have the first fish caught on this bad boy. Try and get ourselves a couple more before we got to go in for the night. But man, I'm so freaking pumped. Feels so good to get one on this worm. There's one. There is one. Okay, this is what we're after. This is what we're after right here. Come here. It's a decent fish. This is a really decent fish. Oh, come here. Get in the boat. There we freaking go. It took us all dang day, but there we go. We finally got ourselves the fish we're after. Look at the mouth on that bad boy. But I don't want to keep her out of the water too long. Came right off this tree stump right there. Just pitched it right up there, and she came out and smoked it. But that is now 2 fish in about 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. So this could not have gone any freaking better. But we're gonna rig back up and keep getting out there. Maybe we can pull 1 or 2 more off this tree. All right, guys, that is going to conclude it for this video. Honestly, I'm not too disappointed with how it went for the first time. Genuinely trying to throw Texas rigs all day. It was a pretty good one. We had a rough start at first, but you know, this evening sesh really bounced back. The 7.5-inch worm got it done, but you know what? We caught him on the 10-inch worm. So again, I was super pleased with how this today went, and we will definitely be getting back out there. Let me know, what is your guys' favorite bait to throw on a Texas rig, and who knows, maybe I'll try and throw it in the future as well. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all next time. Peace.